What's your I hated that person, but they didn't deserve that story. When I was in my first year of high school, I was placed into an intermediate class due to my special needs, autism, Asperger's, and a few behavioral tics that I have since grown out of. I would have an older boy sit with me on the bus ride to and from, and a special teacher sit with me during class to keep me from going off. There were about 5 boys who took turns sitting with me, and while most of them were nice blokes, there was also Jay. Oh, boy, Jay was not good. He was significantly older. He was attending senior year at 23, and I have since learned that he also had his challenges. He would physically hold me in my bus seat, arms clenched at the side, if I even got up to stretch, and would yell and swear at me, to the point that I would walk an hour to school and back on the days that he was rostered. The other guys would tell him off, and he eventually was given 1 detention. Not much else, in comparison to what happened. Flash forward about 5 years, I had since graduated high school, attending culinary school in the same town, and was attending a worship service at my local church. We were singing the final hymn, when suddenly the back glass door to the church slams open, scaring everyone out of their wits. I turn around to see what happened. It was Jay, and he looked horrible. He was wearing shorts and a t-shirt in the dead of winter. He reeked of pee and vomit, and he was swaying back and forth heavily. He shuffled into the bathroom, and audibly threw up heavily. Standing 100 meters away, I could hear it. He then stumbled out afterwards when we were having supper, and pulled my minister aside for a chat. First he tried to kiss the minister, but my minister, recognizing that Jay was out of his mind, decided not to throw him out for it. At this point Jay got on his knees attempting to do you know what. The minister pulled Jay up and dragged him by the ear into the back room. 10 minutes later they came out. Apparently they talked and Jay mentioned me a lot, so my minister told me later what he had said. He had been completely unemployed since high school, was drinking heavily every day, and was about to be kicked out of home. He was also battling his conditions, which is what he wanted to talk to me about. He had heard that I was adjusted and getting along well, and wanted guidance. I felt so conflicted, part of me thinking, oh, you poor thing, and another part of me feeling like telling him to go rot. Eventually, through the advice of others, I reached out to him, and we started talking. 3 years later, he has a steady job as a grocery cashier, and has been clean for a little while. I don't consider him a friend yet, as I still hurt from what happened, but it's getting better. I never really realized what mercy was until I saw Jay for the second time.